Hello friends, welcome to Brutus Monroe's crafty channel. Today I'm using the Radiant Rainbow stamp set. This is the June release, and I won't be needing the coordinating dies, but I have them here. And I'm playing with Aqua Pigments. I have the stick and stamp mat here. I have my white panel of cardstock, A2 size, and the idea is to drip the aqua pigments down, let them run from top to about halfway down. I have a little lid there just under the mat, and so that will help create a slope so that the pigments can run down. And here I have a napkin. I'm just tucking the towel just under to catch if anything runs. Let's get started. I'm using the colors fuchsia, followed by violet, turquoise, green, and then I'll be using gilded a little later in the video. They are a bit slow to begin with, but what I'm doing here is kind of making place markers, so to say. I just want to make sure I can fit all the colors properly in there in the space I have, so that's what I'm going for. And slowly I'm going to raise the panel. I'm gonna hold it almost vertical so that they run down more easily, and I'm just going back and adding a drop here and there to all the colors. I'm just helping them along a little bit by dragging the color down with the tip of the dropper. I want to make it look as if there's some splatter at the end, and I'm going for a more natural look. These are nearly dry, and next I'm going to use gilded, which is metallic gold aqua pigment, and I'm going to add that here with a paintbrush right in the middle of where I painted with the colors. It looks a little faint in the video, but in real life it does look really great. The gold just shines nice and bright. There is a lot of inspiration from the design team using the bigger rainbows, and I have a couple of videos up as well. But today I want to use the smaller stamps and do some repeat stamping. I'm simply using one of the smaller stamps from this set. It is Party Decorations Hanging Down. I forgot my stick and stamp mat here, so I go back and get my my mat, and that just helps move the panel around much easier. It sticks there, so you're not worried about it sliding just when you're about to stamp. It's much easier to handle the panel this way. I'm using Raven Black ink, and I'm just creating some long hangings. You can just add on as you go along. First I'm just going to make that straight line, and then I'll add on more underneath to make it longer. There are many options in this stamp set that have smaller stamps like this. I'm going to again use another little one that has a heart at the end, so I have that here now. once done, sometimes it happens that you miss a spot of stamping. It's no big deal. Just grab a black Sharpie and just add wherever you missed that little bit of string. Once this was done, I wanted to add a little more confetti dots, you could say, at the bottom of this card. So I just went back and just under the colors that were dripping, I just added more of the drops of that same color. So for turquoise, I added that. For violet, I added few drops of violet at the edge. I just made sure to match it right under where that color was dripping, so it looked like it had dripped on to the bottom of the panel. And once this was dry, I did a similar thing that I did on the top. I did repeat stamping with these cute confetti like heart and swirls. So that's all I'm doing here. And once that panel was ready, it was time to take it off the stick and stamp mat. I'm using these frames, the stitched rectangle frames. I'm using the smaller one to give it a nice finished edge for this card. And since I was die cutting, I also die cut the word shine out of gold mirror cardstock, and also added a black panel, black cardstock panel to that white panel. So next, I like the sentiment here. It's called Let Your Light Shine. It is in this Radiant Rainbow stamp set, but since I already have the word shine, I only wanted the top half of this sentiment, let your light. So in order to stamp it without that bottom part, all I'm doing here is using some blue tape. You could use a washi tape, whatever you have, and cover up that part of the bottom half of that sentiment, just like so. And now we are ready to ink up our sentiment. I'm just inking it up with the same Raven black ink. It doesn't matter if it goes on the tape. Once we have inked it up properly, we are simply going to remove that blue tape just before we take it to the paper. So initially I was planning on having that sentiment in the top half of that big S in the word shine, but it didn't work out as I thought it would. So I ended up getting another strip of white cardstock and then just stamping it on that. But it is the same process: cover up, ink it up, and then simply remove the tape just before you stamp it on. I'm just making a fishtail banner on one side. I'm going to add some double-sided foam tape underneath that, and then simply going to glue everything together. And then I'm just going to add a few little gold gems here, or embellishment, to match the shine from that word shine, the gold. And here it is. A simple card, easy to make, and works for any occasion. I hope you like this card. If you did, I hope you give this video a thumbs up. And as usual, you'll find links to all the products for today's video down below the description. Thanks for watching. Until next time, bye.